Hello, everybody, and welcome to my presentation. I'm Dylan Garcia, and today we are going to be talking about the methodology of human-centered design, a novel that I read. So, basically, what human-centered design is and what I got out of the book was it starts with people. So, it doesn't matter where you are, it matters who you're with. I think I've said that multiple times apart from this video. And so, it's not what you do, it's who you're with. And those innovative solutions are tailored to the people. Once you guys find the people that you need, then you find a tailoring to the audience that you're trying to sell to. So, practicing tools, studies, and designs, things like that. Social innovators are what's going to separate you and helping you create organizations for human-centered design. So let's get right into it. So what I want to talk about first is inspiration. So first off, like, people think they always need to be inspired by somebody or by something. But I believe once you do something enough times, you stop overthinking, and you have that muscle memory that kicks in into your subconscious, and that's how you naturally get inspiration, because you're not so much thinking about what you have to do. You're actually able to listen to who you're talking to or whoever is presenting to you, and that's where inspiration and ideas immerse. And then my next thing I want to talk about, my next topic is ideation. So this is basically turning insight into ideas. So you're not going to directly persuade people to see your ideas. I like the analogy, like, you have to ride them to your ideas. So the best way to ride a horse is in the direction in which it's going. So you don't want to stop where the flow is, but rather ride the horse correctly and learn how to adapt as you go. That, for me, is really how you turn an insight, what you know, into an idea by learning where you're going. And then now, implementation. So making it real, getting your idea and implementing it into the real world. So this can be, creating implementation strategy. One I like to use is new habit with a specific time and location. So the formula for that will be I will behave. So, like, the I will behavior, and you give it at a certain time, and then in location blah. So for example, 6 a.m. If you're an athlete, let's just use a college football. It's football season right now. So if you're a football player at U of H, you have to be in at practice around 7 a.m. So so your behavior, you start with time, is 7 a.m. and your location is weight room. That's all it is, and that's how you implement strategy. That way you get rid of all the emotion that goes up with waking up early. But if you have a behavior of, I need to be working out at this time with my team at 7 a.m. at U of H campus, then it removes a lot of the emotion out of it. And as we know, energy is just motion. Emotion is energy in motion. Sorry. So, and then why human-centered design works. So it's not about guessing what people need. It's about co-creating with them. So just like I said, like, you learn to ride a horse as you go with it. When you design with people, you're creating solutions that stick. So 10 out of 11 great companies, I got this from a research I did a couple years ago, my sophomore year, but I went back to my old presentations and I saw this list that I had taken notes on, and it was basically your 10 out of 11 good to great companies. And so when I mean good to great, meaning these were good companies, but they went to great. And the way you're able to scale that greatness is by having them be there for 15 or more years with the cumulative stock returns, and that is at least 3 times the market over 15 years. So 15 years, and they have accumulated 3 times over the market. that is how you know you have a good to great company. And so what I'm trying to say is that it comes from within. So all those 10 out of 11 good to great companies that survived for 15 years and produced 3 times what the stock market was giving, they didn't have any inside information. They didn't have other people, celebrities giving into their product and promoting their product. Everything came from within, and that's what I feel like a human-centered design project has to happen. You have to find those people that can do that for you, and you co-create with them. So that's pretty much it from my presentation. What I got out of this and what I got out of the book and the novel was the inspiration, ideation, and implementation. So if you can design with empathy, and then you can create with what you know from other people, you can impact, a city, a state, a country, or even possibly the world. But one thing I will say is that, designing with empathy, this is where it all starts. I mean, if you design with empathy, but it's not that best empathy, then, once you get to the top, it could all come shattering down. So making sure that you're doing the due diligence and trying to truly understand your market, whether you're going to seminars for free, you're going into, a campus college, and you can literally walk in and talk to professors, even though they're not your professor. You can talk to any, like if you're in college, you can talk to anybody who you want, as long as you find where they teach. And so stuff like that's just an example of designing with empathy. Something that I've done before is, if I have a question, but I'm not in a certain major. For example, if I'm not doing accounting or something like that, but I have a question about money, I can go to an accounting class and literally go up to the professor after class and ask him a question. It's not that hard. So I would just encourage people to get creative with designing with empathy. That way you can create great stuff for you and people around you. So thank you guys for watching, and have a blessed rest of y'all's day.